The true power of ring teleportation isn't just speed, it is the total elimination of the tax of distance. In our current economy, every object you own costs more because it had to be moved, insured, and protected across thousands of miles. If Wang introduces this technology, the global economy doesn't just change, it shatters and reforms around him. The shadow market, a world without borders. When you use ring teleportation for illegal ventures, you aren't just a smuggler, you are a ghost. National sovereignty relies entirely on the ability to monitor points of entry, like docks and airports. Wang makes those points irrelevant. The logistics of the invisible. In the black market, the highest cost is the risk premium, the money paid to hide goods from customs and scanners. Ring teleportation removes the risk entirely. Wang can move sanctioned technology, rare earth minerals, or untraceable assets directly from a restricted extraction site to a buyer's private warehouse. Because the goods never technically travel through international space, there is no digital or physical trail for intelligence agencies to follow. The spatial heist. For high-value theft, the escape is the most dangerous phase. Ring teleportation turns a three-dimensional building into a two-dimensional doorway. By opening a portal directly inside a secure vault, the physical security of the building, lasers, guards, and reinforced steel is bypassed. The item doesn't leave through a door. It simply ceases to exist in that space. Wang becomes the world's most expensive extraction specialist, charging millions for 5 seconds of work. The institutional power, critical legal services. While the underground pays well, the legal side of ring teleportation provides something more valuable: political leverage. If Wang operates openly, he becomes a global utility that nations cannot live without. The biological zero-time network. Medicine relies on the cold chain, the expensive process of keeping organs and vaccines at precise temperatures during long flights. Ring teleportation makes the cold chain obsolete. A heart harvested in London can be beating in a patient in Tokyo minutes later, before it even has time to begin thermal decay. Hospitals would sign multi-billion-dollar contracts just for guaranteed lifeline access to his portals. The end of private aviation. For the global elite, time is more valuable than money. Even the fastest private jets require runways, fuel, and hours of transit. Ring teleportation allows a CEO to have breakfast in Paris, a board meeting in New York, and dinner in Kyoto, all while returning to their own bed every night. This service would bankrupt the luxury travel industry overnight, as travel time becomes a choice rather than a physical requirement. The macroeconomic shockwave, the ripple effect of ring teleportation, would cause a geopolitical heart attack. The pillars of the modern world would shift as the physicality of trade disappears. The energy and shipping collapse. A massive portion of the world's oil consumption is dedicated to moving ships, planes, and trucks. If ring teleportation moves the world's cargo, the demand for fuel plummets. This would cause a total collapse of oil-dependent economies while simultaneously solving a massive portion of the climate crisis. Similarly, the Suez Canals and Panama Canals of the world become historical relics. Why pay a toll to crawl through a ditch when you can step through a ring? The gatekeeper reality. Wang wouldn't just be a business owner, he would be the sovereign of space. He becomes the trade gatekeeper. If he decides to stop opening portals for a specific country, their economy would fall behind the instant world and eventually wither. He doesn't just control a business, he controls the flow of global reality.